I'm going to a brand new state today that I've never been to. I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot of fun there.
We were literally trapped in our campsite.
Till if it looks like I've been crying, it's because I was.
This is not the first time this has happened.
Scout.
Scout, you have such a good life. Why are you trying to run away?
Last week, we took you on a sightseeing journey through Grand Teton National Park.
Oh,
So close.
Hiking 10 miles to beautiful alpine lakes and visiting the hip downtown area of Jackson.
this place is amazing.
We even extended our stay once we saw snow in the forecast because seeing the Teton snow-capped was definitely on my bucket list. And this week, we're back on track with our original travel plans, heading south into the great state of Utah. If you're new here, we're Howard and Caitlin Newstate, dog people, food people, adventure people. We've been jet setting and road tripping for over 2 years. We spent the first part of 2020 RVing through central Mexico. When COVID-19 hit, we quarantined on an island there, meeting our little Mexican beach dog, Scout.
Scout, this is your first ever bed.
We added 4 more paws to the RV and headed back to the US, where the 5 of us have been exploring ever since. Our passion is sharing the amazing, wonderful, and sometimes challenging parts of our life on the road with you, taking you off the beaten path, meeting incredible people, and trying new things. Each week, we bring you along with us to experience all the amazing places our little home on wheels takes us.
Well, we're all packed up and on the road again, saying goodbye to beautiful Tetons. And it snowed again on the mountain last night. It's just so beautiful. We originally were going to be here like maybe for 5 days, and it turned into 8 days, which is just the cool thing about our lifestyle, because if we like a place, we can stay longer. But it is time to move on, and we're driving about 3 hours today to the tiny town of Lava Hot Springs. We're going to go to some hot springs.
Yeah, I bet you couldn't guess from that name. Putnif Lower.
Says camping is limited to 10 days. We'll only be here 1.
We're here 24 hours. That's a train track. So we're going to try and stay as far away from there as we can.
Hey!
We'd wanted to leave to go to the hot springs in town about an hour and a half ago, and we were literally trapped in our campsite. It's a first.
That is a first. I don't think that's ever happened before.
Ooh, the train was stopped and there's only one road in and out to this dispersed camping area. And we looked and we contemplated it was a 2-mile walk into town. We also looked to see if there were any Ubers or Lyfts. There was not. So we just waited it out and it just moved. So finally we're going to get some food and some hot springs time.
Have you guys ever been trapped by a train at a campsite?
We can add that to our list.
Dessert a la Caitlin.
Pumpkin.
Oh yeah. You still can't get adjusted?
I'm getting there. We made it, finally.
Yeah, and it's only $6. It's a one-time entry. They don't do all day. So unfortunately, if you leave, come back, it's another $6. But still, $6.
Yeah, still. We're in the hottest for it now.
It's really nice though. They have these nice shade structures above us. There's enough pools that I feel like it wouldn't get super overcrowded or anything. They do have lockers, changing rooms. Lockers were like $1. It's relaxable.
Good morning. We had a lovely night here in Lava Hot Springs, and this spot, despite the train going by a couple of times a night, wasn't bad at all. I'm a very light sleeper and I slept pretty well. So there's time to hit the road though, and I'm really excited because I'm going to a brand new state today that I've never been to. We're heading to Utah. I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot of fun there. We're gonna hit some of the big national parks in a couple of weeks. But first stop, Salt Lake City.
Spoiler alert, you've actually already seen most of what we did during our time near Salt Lake City. This is where we filmed our 100 Days of Free Camping video.
Download's not great.
Where we showed you how we scout out camping sites.
Okay, so let's go check out the next spot.
And all of the hilarious things that can sometimes happen.
This is all your fault.
How is this my fault?
How did it even get up into my arm? Howard, turn the camera off.
If you want to check out that video, we'll have a link in the description below.
Doing my civic duty. Got it in the secrecy sleeve. I'll put it in here. Okay, and I gotta sign it. Y'all might remember that Howard accidentally crashed the drone a couple of weeks ago.
Unfortunately, I think I need a new drone.
And we shipped it off to a company in Miami who fixed it, which was great that we didn't need to buy a new one. It was a simple fix. And then they mailed it back. And we thought that it was briefly lost because it had not been scanned in a week since it had left Florida. And Howard spent a lot of time going back and forth trying to figure out where this package was.
Okay, so someone will be calling me back.
And it was finally actually delivered today. So we have got our drone back. He's inside getting it now.
Oh, baby. We got the stuff.
How pumped are you? Reunited and it feels so good.
Our drone was repaired in Miami because Caitlin flew it into a tree.
Except what you don't know is that I just filmed something reminding them that you were. I've never flown this drone.
I didn't actually fly into a tree. There was a malfunction. But regardless of who may or may not have flown in, it is supposedly fixed.
So now we can get cool shots again.
Yeah. Also, in case anybody's wondering, this is a great way to get packages while you're on the road.
I love it. You had it FedExed to a UPS store.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
That's like scandalous.
Yeah, but you, in the case of a UPS store, they typically will charge $5 per package, and you can have packages sent. I always call ahead just to make sure the location does in fact receive packages and just to confirm what the address is, and you just send it in your name, care of UPS store and their address, and that's it.
Sorry if you're hearing a dog. She just choked all the water.
We spent the next few days enjoying our beautiful campsite, watching paragliders take off and land, and even got to meet up with some other full-time RV friends to do a little sightseeing. It was a great week relaxing and catching up on work. Then our little rascal Scout added some adventure.
I'm trying to catch my breath. So Scout has this bad habit of sometimes bolting out the front door if it's open at all. Like even if we just like try to rush inside. But we've been working with her on it, but she just got out. But this is not the first time this has happened. It's a funny little story from a couple of months ago that we never shared with you. Maybe we'll share now. So if it looks like I've been crying, it's because I was. And if it looks like Howard has been through a lot too, it's because he has.
I had a different shirt on, but I had to use it as a temporary leash.
We were getting set up in our spot, and we'd opened the door to put the awning out, and Scout bolted, like just straight up bolted.
Yep, and for the next 40 minutes, I proceeded to track and follow her through the woods, ending up on a neighboring property. We're staying on BLM land right now.
So I had followed Howard and Scout into the woods, but they had gone pretty far already, and I was yelling for Howard, and we could hear each other for a little bit, and you said you were right next to her.
I was.
And then
she kept moving.
And then I just lost them. Everything looks the same. And so then I got in the car and I started driving around all the BLM land trying to find them. And Howard had no phone. No, I mean, like literally he just chased her, like went to go grab her.
Well, because my biggest fear was losing her in the woods.
And at that point I just panicked.
I had to go under a barbed wire fence because she was on the other side of the fence. Eventually I caught her on the neighboring property, carried her back out onto the main road, down the driveway of this neighboring property, carried her for about 15 minutes, and then decided to take my shirt off, use that as a temporary leash.
My mind was thinking the worst, and so Dawn and Jason were
I called them and they were luckily only about 15 minutes away. And so they said they'd head up and that's when they found you guys.
And it was interesting in my mind because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I know that they're freaking out, but I'm perfectly fine. But I had no way of telling them. I didn't have a flare, I didn't have a phone, didn't have a walkie-talkie, didn't have anything.
I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you. All right, now we're gonna eat some celebratory food because I'm not dead. Scout.
Scout, you have such a good life. Why are you trying to run away? She just wants to play. She was down near the water. And then I just shook the food and she came running back. All right, let's go inside.
Okay.
Next week, we make our way to Moab
Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful.
and take you to 2 incredible national parks.
This is epic.
Plus,
This might have been a mistake.
some unexpected winter weather in the desert has us rethinking our boondocking limits.
Long term, we're gonna figure out a solution to this, or we don't stay in 9-degree weather, Caitlin.
Make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you get notifications when we post our newest videos. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.